Hello, in this video we're going to be talking about operating systems, what they are and how they work. So first of all, what is an operating system? An operating system is essentially the headmaster of your computer, and it is what allows for you to use your computer or any device that has an operating system as you would normally by accessing the internet or running programs. There are many different operating systems on the market, such as Linux, Windows, and macOS, but all of them have a few key functions which are shared between them, such as file management, memory management, multitasking in some cases, and security. Operating systems can be found on various devices, including your desktops and laptops, smartphones, and IoT devices. IoT devices, or Internet of Things devices, are devices that are connected to each other and generally have operating systems on them to allow that functionality. That includes things such as your printer, which may be internet connected, or smart thermostat, which may also be internet connected, and all of them need an operating system to perform their function. In all these cases, operating systems may be used to operate hardware, such as touchscreens, or software, such as the programs that you run, and software, such as the programs you run on your laptop, your phone, or even what you might need to do on your printer. An operating system has two main parts, the kernel and the UI. The UI, which stands for user interface, is what allows for the user to interact with the computer and the device. It has things such as a graphical user interface, which has images and icons for you to click on and use, or it may just be a simple command line interface in which you type things into the command line in order to get the computer to do things that you'd like. However, the kernel is the main part of the operating system. It provides all of the core services such as memory management, process management, file system management, and security. Operating systems also include many other things such as libraries and system calls, which we'll get into later. So let's talk a bit about the kernel now. The kernel is the primary part of the operating system, as I said before, and does things such as memory management, file management, and all of the other things that your computer needs to function. Memory management is when the kernel is responsible for allocating and deallocating memory for the programs running on the computer. What that means is your computer has a set amount of memory or random access memory which it can use to distribute to processes and programs running on the computer. The kernel's role is to make sure that all of the processes have enough memory to function and to make sure that all of it is being used efficiently, meaning that it allocates and deallocates or gives and takes away memory as needed for each program and process. Speaking of processes, the kernel also keeps track of all of the processes running on the device and allocates resources beyond just memory. The resources which it will distribute include processing power, CPU time, and all kinds of other things which your computer would need to run each program. The kernel also works with each of your hardware devices, input and output devices, which include keyboards, outside devices such as printers, and also your screen and everything else that your computer will need to take in information from you and output the information to you. For file system management, it is responsible for managing a file system, including tasks for like creating and deleting files, reading and writing data to the disk or your storage device, whatever that may be, and maintaining the integrity of the file system. And because essentially all of your files may be dependent on other folders, and if one of those breaks, then your entire computer could crash. It also is responsible for security, ensuring that high-level programs, which may be malicious, don't get access to low-level things which could compromise the user's information or the computer's security as a whole. So, in summary, the kernel is the backbone of an operating system and is the fundamental part which runs the entire system and the entire computer as a whole. And that concludes our video on operating systems, and I hope that you learned something. Thank you.